This dive was down in the southeast with Kieran, Toby and Adrian. Toby took us out in his boat and we checked out some pretty cool spots. Here we can see leather jacket, there was a wrasse before, herring kale, nice little group of fish hanging out in this little spot. Ah, there's an old wife, a few cool fish, there's more old wives. And yeah, lining up this goat, I thought maybe he's a little bit small. And then a smooth ray comes in to, I don't know, see what I'm up to. At this stage I haven't shot any fish, but he's still checking me out. Again, can be kind of hard staying calm and looking for fish when you got these guys just lingering. They do look pretty cool though. Here Kieran's called for a second shot on this salmon, and when I pointed the gun it moved and then I looked at it, looked like it was a pretty decent holding shot, so I just grabbed it.
Thanks, Camp. I got for the second shot, couldn't light him up. I didn't realise how good it was, I thought it was worse than that.
There were some salmon about, just couldn't quite get close enough to them. Here's a nice draft board cruising along. They're always cool. There's some salmon. I kind of dive down on these guys, try to line them up. I really probably should have gone to the bottom and just waited for them to come back to me, but all the salmon I'd seen so far just kept their distance. Now this is a catch bag I found after a while. Thought it's actually quite a nice cray bag, so if you've lost one of those blue cray bags in the southeast, let me know, it could be yours. It was just sitting in the bottom. It was pretty manky when I took it out and cleaned it, so it's had some experiences. Yeah, here's a salmon. A small school did come in on me. I didn't even move, just pulled the trigger, come right up to me, that one. There's a nice little wrasse, just checking him out. I think I wouldn't mind a wrasse to go with my salmon. He wouldn't turn, so just went with the unicorn shot. Conveniently brained him. Wasn't quite sure what this fella was. I think it might have been a flounder, a juvenile flounder, that fish that was swimming off. Oh, this is a cool little castle nose wrasse. It was just do a little dance for me. Always appreciate a nice fish dance. There's some little tiny silver trevallies. Toby chucked some old crayfish out and they were feeding on that. There's a banded morwong. This is the second dive of the day, I think, looking around for some cray holes. And this looked like a good spot, but it was just full of little Port Jackson sharks. That was cool to see heaps of them in this spot, just dozing off, waiting for nightfall so they can go and do their thing. Pretty cool looking little sharks. Yeah, saw a nice eagle ray. See, here's him just cruising about. Yeah, beautiful ray. See you, buddy. On to the third dive of the day. So this third spot, Kieran had a hole he really wanted to check out. This was Kieran's special hole. He's having a look in there. Now it turns out the crays were quite deep, so we put some food at the front of their hole and waited for them to come and get it. So here we go, we'll have a look at this special little hole. There's a nice cod, some crays down the back. A bit deep and tight where those crays are. And Adrian went for a dive, pulled out what he thought was a cray. It was a starfish. Good attempt though. I'd also asked Kieran if he'd mind if I shot one of those cod in there, and he was cool with that. So I've never shot cod before. So I've gone down, looking around. You know, they were right at the front when I didn't have the spear gun. And there's one. Pop. That's pretty exciting. That's my first cod that I've decided to shot. I haven't done much in caves, really opening up with that this year. So I went and retrieved it, and that was exciting. Firing a spear gun in a little cave like that does make a lot of noise. Everything started to shift a little bit. Another point of interest is all the offerings we put down for the crays to come closer out had disappeared very quickly, but none of the crays have come forward. Adrian got his first cray after I'd shot that fish, so the crays seemed to shuffle about, which that was really cool. Anyways, back to that, all the missing offerings. I went down and tried to shoot another cod, and the spear missed, went deeper into the cave. Toby then went to retrieve it, and he comes up and he says to me, "Sorry, I don't have your spear, but I shoved it into the biggest octopus I've ever seen." The octopus shuffled around a bit, and this is us trying to get that octopus. Well, I'm looking in there and I can't even see where the shaft or the shooting line's gone now. No sign of octopus, no sign of crays. It's all pretty quiet down there.
It's gone right in around to the right of the cave. It's not around the corner. Yeah, come out. He wasn't around the corner before. Just take your time, you might come forward. Boys, for 5 minutes.
So that solved the mystery of where the missing offerings had gone. The Ocky'd been taking things. And probably taken some crayfish out of this hole too.
Don't pull a gun or anything. I've got the shaft, but if we pull it that way, it's going to bend it. Okay. So I've got to go down and pull it that way. I just need to there.
Taking another squeeze, we can see that the shaft is down there a little bit bent.
Was that just a tentacle?
Yeah, a bit of a funny ordeal, but in the end, Toby managed to get that big Ocky. Huge critter. At this point, I unclipped the shooting line from the spear gun, and we pulled the spear on the other side. You see the Ocky still got that in one of his tentacles. An absolute monster of an Ocky. He won't be eating any crays in that hole anymore. And he fed a few of us. We all took a few tentacles each. Big meals there. There's a lion's mane. Lovely animal to swim around with just shorts on. Yep, great. I did get a sting that day, which wasn't very fun, but there's definitely worse stingers out there. I'm here at the fourth location. Didn't stay out there too long. Very pretty spot, but it just wasn't fishy. Yeah, beautiful day's diving. I got a cod, Adrian got a cray, and Toby got an Ocky. Good stuff. And there's that Ocky there. That's 2 tentacles, 2 big meals for Jenny and I. Lovely stuff. This baked curried wrasse dish was so good. Couldn't even tell it was wrasse, and flavours were phenomenal in there. And here we've got some salmon sashimi. Always good to enjoy. Aged for a few days there.